Hi, welcome to 3 Minutes with Mark. What I'd like to discuss today is illegal Phoenix activities. Now you might say to yourself, what's so exciting about that? Well, it costs the community somewhere between $3 and $5 billion per annum, and that's based on 2016 numbers, so it's probably higher now. Now for those of you that are not aware, a Phoenix activity involves people starting up a business, racking up a whole load of debts, and then transferring assets of that particular business or company out of that entity and into a different entity and starting all over again, hence the term Phoenix. Now, the government's introduced a number of provisions to try and combat this. The first one is that they want to penalise directors and anyone associated with facilitating such transactions. So that could include accountants, lawyers, or in fact other persons that might be involved in that sort of activity. So I think that's a pretty good measure to be introducing. Secondly, they want to make directors more accountable for their actions. So what they're doing is making sure that directors cannot, or can no longer, I should say, backdate when they cease to be a director, and also they cannot cease to be a director where there's no other director involved with the company. Now this was a common practice for directors to do when they were trying to shift the blame to new directors or even fictitious directors. I mean, that's where it was going to. The third thing they're doing is GST, and they're making directors now liable for GST. And remember, this is on top of PAYG withholding and the superannuation guarantee charge. So I think this is a real sleeper because GST, as you know, it's a transactional tax. Every day a company is entering into transactions that involve GST. So I think directors are going to have to be more mindful about their GST status. Now last but certainly not least, they're also looking at reforming the situation in relation to refunds. Now with refunds, in the past if there was a GST refund, the government would obviously refund you the monies, but now they no longer have to do that unless the company is up to date with its tax returns. So again, forcing companies to make sure that they're being compliant. So look, this is the last session for the year. It's been a long year for a lot of us. I'd like to thank you for listening to the video series. There's a lot of good stuff happening with the PPN network next year, so please read the emails that we've sent out and make sure that you sign up if you're not a member. Wishing you a terrific 2020, health and happiness for the future. Speak soon.